sort of finding our true self beyond death, and how the dominant Western culture is in denial of the truth of reality. So, basically, I don't really idealize other cultures, but the fact is that every human culture uses that music as an octave, perfect fifth and perfect fourth, and so when we listen to the one, which is the source of one note, this is actually it has the octave and the perfect fifth and the perfect fourth within it. But because the perfect fifth is also an undertone as well as an overtone, then when the undertone doubles as an octave, then that creates the perfect fourth in the same original one. But then we've just created a new octave as a new one, as from the three. So the undertone, the three is the undertone. And this is essentially what non-commutative phase is. So people read the Tao Te Ching and it says, one, from the emptiness created the one, and the one, the two, and the two, the three, and the three, the 10,000 things, which is like infinity. And as Westerners, we just think that that's some kind of simplistic counting. But in fact, it's the secret of music theory as non-commutative phase. And so then Western civilization, it's really from solar-based agriculture, and this spread around the world with the pyramids and the solar worship of the sun, and it became this patriarchal lie that the males can control nature, because we put external measurement as vision. We put it ahead of the truth of reality. So, if you look at like early music theory, they try to define it with a string, right, from Pythagoras, or like a wavelength. But their question is, well, what is the end of the strings? So they'll call it the 1-1 ratio. So the string is the 1, and then each end is the 1. And because you've defined it that way, then you can reverse the direction of the string, and it doesn't matter. And so it's something as simple as that, where by claiming the ratios can be reversed in direction, and it doesn't change the meaning. then all of a sudden you can say that that 2/3 and 3/2 doesn't change the meaning. So we hear it as a perfect fit to the one, but whether it's undertone or overtone, it changes. It depends on whether it's to the octave or the pitch. So the octave will change the value of the perfect fifth in the perfect fourth. And so the West is trying to claim that the octave is the same pitch, and so we can't hear, humans can't hear the phase difference. But if we listen to the one as an octave, then all of a sudden when the fifth doubles, then it changes into the fourth octave. And so listening, it reveals this eternal energy resonance is not the same as the symmetric ratio. So then, basically, this isn't just Western culture, but it was all around the world. You have this patriarchy, solar-based farming taking over, and the older culture is based on the lunar calendar. The females singing all night long, and the males dancing to heal the female. So you can see this even in chimpanzees, where the females they learn spirits and hunt. So they're trying to use technology to protect themselves from the males. And so civilization is really the same thing. Females think that the male violence can be controlled using technology. But this just treats the symptom of the problem and not the origin, which is the origin is this this lie about reality that you can try to control external reality using these symmetric measurements. And so we can contain infinity, even though we can't see infinity, but we think we can contain it externally. And so then the females, they align themselves with this lie of technology because they, it's out of fear, because they're trying to protect themselves from the males, which are the males are basically chimpanzees. But originally the females were the original healers, and so and then the males all had to train to learn the secret of the female power, and nature is originally female. So the truth is too abstract because we can't see it, but we can listen to it, and that's our culture from the forest. When listening was our dominant perception in the forest. So the only way to fix it is through the meditation, and it's like an exorcism of space-time. So we have to reverse the light, the damage in space-time.